at a point. And then there's that blame, like, well, we should have seen this earlier. We could have done this, and you can't go there. And
no, you can't.
And
what's done is done.
It is. And I'm listening to your story, man, and I'm like, it's bringing up a lot of feelings because I really relate to a lot of this. And I brought Christ into my life as well as a refuge to help me as well cope with addiction and all the people that I've lost. I lost my dad just last year, and but knowing that the things that I know about spirit, about my God and Christ, I feel like I'm in a place, and it sounds like you are as well, where we can deal with these things a little bit better and then help other people deal with them too.
Exactly. It's not hard to keep.
It's not. And I realize that I'm not actually this body. I'm the soul or the spirit that's inside this body looking out through these eyes, because this body changes. I'm not the same body. I mean, I was a toddler at one point. I'm going to be an old dude at another point. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even the same body, not even recognizable, right? Yet, I'm still the same person on the inside. That's who you truly are.
Yeah.
And that's who we're trying to connect with. Like when you're saying you're trying to connect with the homeless and all that kind of stuff, you're trying to connect with them, who they truly are, not what you're seeing, but the person inside of them, that spirit, that child of God. And man, it's powerful when you get your mind wrapped around that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? When my sister passed, I mean, the moment, she was gone physically,
right?
It was. I felt like a little relief.
Yeah.
Because I know, okay, she's with the Father now. Basically, it's literally what I said to myself.
Yeah.
And I knew that her suffering ended, and that was just her body.
Right.
And then I went to sign the papers after the room cleared out, and you got to release the body and this and that. There's a couple forms I had to put my signature on.
Yeah, sure.
And so I just went back in to see her one last time. And it's like, well, yeah, that's her body, but that's not her.
Yeah, it feels totally different.
I totally felt that.
I know.
And then I felt a little better. I miss her. I miss her every day.
Of course.
But I feel great. And then there's another thing is I'm sorry for your loss of your pop and your sister.
Yeah.
There was a little line in scripture that I've, one of those easy ones to remember. I think it's Matthew 25. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Yeah, sure.
And it's a nice thing to say to people when they've gone through a loss. But then where I really felt that little line of scripture was meeting people who lost somebody to cancer.
Yeah.
And it's like we have like a fraternity, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we, especially older brothers or brothers who lost a sibling.
Yeah.
That's even a fraternity within the fraternity.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't feel so alone
right.
in my loss, because there are so many families that have gone through this. Now, this is the first time my family had to. Our number came up.
Yeah.
But we're not alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
When I was a kid, you might hear about somebody having cancer, but now it affects everybody.
Yeah.
And the path I chose to take is to embrace the love out of that. Yeah. Right. And that's another thing too, how I, kind of forgave myself for messing up my life. As I got to reacquaint a lot of my peers that I grew up with, be it high school, or even, people that I meet that I forge a relationship for maybe 10 years or whatever. It's always comforting, especially if they're in my age bracket, to know that they screwed up their life on something too, and I hear their stories. Some people I didn't know they lost a child, and I didn't know that sent them over the edge.
Yeah.
But I look at how they're thriving now, and it's like, oh, you're a survivor too. You're a warrior too.
Yeah.
Right.
And that feels good, knowing that there's no shame in messing up. You shouldn't, but it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the difference is, going back to the guys I used to serve in the program, my street brothers, something happened to them that they just never recovered from. I was fortunate and blessed enough that I had an opportunity And once I got to that nice warm bed, I said, I don't care what happens. I'm going to turn this around. I am not sleeping on the street anymore, man. And it was only 3 weeks,
Yeah.
But that's 3 weeks too
long enough, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I gotta turn I didn't know how to do it, but I knew I wanted to do it. And then eventually you learn. And I just happened to be blessed to have met little old Norm, who told me, you need to go to the mission, Mario.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but as I, now going through what I've gone through in these 10 years, which have been amazing, I think I've lived more life in these 10 years than I did prior to my, day I'm 45 years old when I had to start over.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I just living it every day, owning my dash.
Yep.
That's right, man.
Like our boy says.
Yep.
And the thing is don't hoard it and gloat,
Right.
Give it away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give it away.
And
like
it'll
the Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Give it away now. Yeah, I say that all the time.
He's talking about something else, but
yeah, exactly.
But we can talk about,
Well, we'll cherry pick.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's another thing. I love the Chili Peppers. They've always been great. But my wife, she did something amazing when we started dating, and it's I can't say it's changed my life, but it's really broadened my horizons. She's the one who introduced me to the Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't know anything. I was more of an R&B guy,
Okay.
And I went through a 90s country western phase, when young country was big.
Yeah.
There was some good music in the 90s. Yeah. But she opened the door to the Foo Fighters, and man, I love those guys.
Yeah, man, they're good.
Yeah, they're great.
My sister took us to see them 2 years ago when they came locally.
That's cool.
Yeah, we got to sit in the suite through her company. She hooked us up and saw the Concrete and Steel tour. It was just amazing. But that's another thing I love is discovering new music, new art.
Yeah.
I'd have to say that my favorite. I've been to like over 100 concerts, and one of my top favorite was actually, believe it or not, it was Chili Peppers and Foo Fighters together.
Oh wow, that would have been awesome.
It was a cool concert here in Utah, and yeah, I still have fond memories of that concert. It was a good show.
Oh wow. So are you both in Utah?
Yeah,
Yep.
we're both in Utah.
I got to make it out there. That's
yeah, man.
Put the brakes on it this year, but they have Dry Bar Comedy out there, and
they do.
Yeah, and I have some friends that have performed there, and their videos have gone viral.
Oh,
and so that's one of my goals for comedy. I have a list of goals
of venues you want to perform at and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there, you got to come with your A game.
You seriously do.
Yeah, and it's got to be, TV ready, but they're so generous. I mean, I see what they've done for my friends in comedy, and it's like, that's just something to aspire to go get, we get through this year. We get through everything.
Yeah.
We will, man. We're all fighters.
For sure.
We will.
And so I want to kind of wrap this up, Mario.
Okay.
And so I want to ask you, where can people follow you at? Like Instagram, Facebook, or whatever.
Instagram, comedian Mario the Butcher.
Okay.
And I also have another Instagram one. It's Butcher Block Comedy. I had secured that just so I could put stuff for like live performances, but then that all ended.
Yeah.
So I put some silly stuff and a little more edgier stuff there, but it's all humor related.
What was the first one again?
Comedian Mario the Butcher.
Comedian Mario. Okay.
And then there's Butcher Block Comedy. And that same thing with TikTok. Or, you can hit me up on Facebook, Mario A. Montes.
Yeah. That's where I know him from.
Exactly. The Butcher thing, the owner of Tommy T's Comedy Club a few years ago, and a headline comedian named Tony Roberts, we were in the office there, and Tommy said, he goes, bro, you're very funny, but nobody's going to remember your name, and I was like, really? And then he goes, you got a nickname? And I said, no. And then I thought, oh, you know what? For like 20 years, people always call me Mario the Butcher. Yeah, use that. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
That's awesome.
And the thing is, I get like some bite back. You know, people like, hey, the butcher. You know. And I'm literally, that's how everybody has known me, though. Mario the Butcher.
Yeah.
The Butcher.
Hey, Mario the Butcher. So I thought, well, let's just run with that. And
I'm following you now. So
thank you. And we'll just, 21 will come, and things will start happening for all of us.
I hope.
Yep.
Well, no matter what, we can make it happen.
Yep.
That's right.
You can be a victim of your circumstance or a warrior with purpose. And there's, like, I choose not to be a victim, regardless of the circumstance.
Exactly. So, exactly.
Yeah,
it's the choices you make. I really believe that.
That's right.
You can't maybe change your destiny, but you can change your reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to put out there. It's never too late to change your life, and it ain't over until you're dead.
Yep.
That's true.
And that's a
great way to wrap this
great
up.
Way, yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait to meet you both in person.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if you set up a show and they're allowing shows and all that kind of stuff, we will. I'll come and see it, man.
Oh yeah,
sure. You come to Utah, sure. We'll be there.
Oh, for sure. Yes, for sure. There was a big show that I was in the planning stages to have for this year for at the Veterans Hall with my friend headliner Dennis Gaxiola. We had reached out to Warrior Wish, and we were going to get this whole thing, but then COVID shut everything down, including the buildings. But
that damn Rona.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll get that going, and I was like, it was going to be a golf tournament. It was going to be over a weekend. Yeah. Are you familiar with Warrior Wish?
No.
They're a small organization out of Chicago, right?
Okay.
Never really done anything out here. But what they do, my friend Dennis has performed with them. They're kind of like a Make-A-Wish for like vets.
Okay.
So like they're dialed in with like the NFL and Major League Baseball and ESPN. Yeah, they take the guys and take them to a game or something.
Huh.
So I wanted to do something out here with them, and I just happened to know the guys at the Veterans Hall, the local post, was at 267, 237. Nice guy, a bunch of old guys, coffee and donuts guys every Saturday, and wanted to use the hall because Pleasanton has a beautiful Veterans Hall, and but then COVID shut everything down. But it doesn't mean it's down forever.
No,
right.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah,
man. To a little bit of normalcy sometime.
Yeah,
I think so. We just got to, stay safe and take care of each other, man.
That's right, man. You've been an inspiration today, man.
Oh, yeah.
You've
Bless
inspired
you guys
me. And
thank you for having me. It's
sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. And anything I could do, you let me know, and
right on.
And we'll communicate like we do.
Okay.
Right on.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, man.
Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you, gentlemen.
See you later.
You too. See ya.